Before we get into the video, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. A student has finally been convicted of murdering his own stepnan when her bungalow in Heysham, Lancashire went up in flames in the early hours of the morning on May 28, 2018. 94-year-old Mary Gregory was sadly discovered crouched beneath a table in her conservatory. She was taken to hospital, but the 94-year-old ultimately died 4 days later. So, a few years ago, the investigation ruled that Mary was a casualty of an accidental fire, as something like a lit cigarette could have been dropped or discarded by a third party that engulfed her bungalow. The investigation was conducted by Lancashire Fire and Rescue Services, but the truth was that much more sinister. So, a year later after Mary Gregory's death, Tiernan Darnton, who was 21 years old, told a counsellor that he had killed his stepnan by using a lighter to set a curtain on fire at their address in Levens Drive. Now, to be honest, killing someone you love had to have weighed heavily on the student's conscience, because reports claim that Tiernan made the same claim a few weeks after Mary's death in a game of truth or dare with his two mates. The question he was asked was, "What's your most darkest secret?" In which Darnton replied with, "I have a secret I haven't told anyone. I may have killed someone." And when his two mates pressed him further, Darnton says that he set the fire because he didn't want his stepnan to suffer any longer from her dementia. Now, there were so many clues that Darnton was trying his best to actually say what happened. It's like he was trying to absolve himself of the crime. In another counselling session, he says that he had a friend who could send him to prison because they know something that he's done. And in another session, he told the counsellor he felt powerful at an event involving someone who died, and we guess that must have been Mary's funeral, as he knew what happened and everyone else in the room did not. The counsellor then asked him, "I think you're trying to tell me you killed someone," and Darnton replied with yes. A week later, he revealed the same truth to his stepdad and the counsellor, and the counsellor was the one who called the police and the investigation took place. Now, during that investigation, police found searches on Darnton's phone that said, "I'm a monster, I'm going to hell, I'm a murderer," and under 18 years old murderers. Again, this is some person that's conflicted and does not know how to handle his emotions. I'm not saying that he's some serial killer that's hell-bent on punishing people, but it seems that he killed his stepnan more so out of love or pity. Again, that doesn't make it right, but I can only assume that he didn't try to kill her to try and take some of her inheritance, for example. All I can say is this is sad all around. Stay safe.